traditional draw on Anzac Day, and it was an important game because prior to today, Port Adelaide were third on the ladder with 17 points, and Glenelg were also in third position with 17 points, and both sides were hoping for a win to stay in touch with that top three. We had a crowd of 10,709. Glenelg made 2 changes to their side, which had defeated Central District last Sunday. Lunnis was out injured in Lahu, and coming into the side, Hine and McInerney. For Port Adelaide today, also 2 changes. They'd been beaten last week by West Adelaide. Andy Porplesia and Ross Ages were out of the side, and coming into the side, Alan Gill, who was playing in his first league match for this season. He is the reserves captain, and also Ben Harris playing his first league game for Port Adelaide, an 18-year-old, and he started the game at centre half forward. As I said, a very important game with both sides hoping to win because of the top 3 position, having a double chance here at the end of the year in the major round. Glenelg's Peter Carey, having a great season again, has played over 250 league games for the Tigers, and Paul Weston and Brian Cunningham, 2 of the champions in South Australian football and the skippers of their respective clubs.
Channel 7's big replay cameras at Alberton Oval for the clash between Glenelg and Port Adelaide. Crowd of about 10,000 people. Johnson doesn't get his hand to the ball. Cunningham does as he goes to the half-forward line. Neither can get to it. Getting back, Duthie right there with him. However, the handball goes out from Williams. Port Adelaide immediately into the attack. Huppatz with a chance. Stephen Barrett getting back on the ball and allows the ball to go through his own goal line for the first score of the afternoon. The Bays, with their memory of the big win here last season, and also with the memory of the drawn game, a controversially drawn game in the first of the plays this season at Football Park, would be badly wanting to win this one. McDermott comes out with the ball. A bounce down about 45 metres out from Port Adelaide goal. Johnson goes in, gets the thump away, smothered off the boot, quickly in Cunningham. The ball thrown out. Here's a chance. Huppatz now caught on the left leg. Can't get it away. And Coolman thought about playing off, but changes his mind and will find McFarlane in the back pocket.
McFarlane plays on. Simon's looking for it at half forward. The kick from McGuinness. Sewer to Ebert. Ebert does it beautifully one-handed. Kicks to half forward. The fly there from Glenelg. Oh, the kick, not a good one. It gives McFarlane a chance. He can't mark. Picking up Cunningham. He kicks over, or handballs over the head, and it's gone out of bounds.
Throw in. Half forward right flank. Port Adelaide a point. Carey. And young Ben Harris having his first run with Port Adelaide, only a teenager. And what's going to happen on this occasion? He's going to get a free kick. Well, there it is. His first touch in league football. 18 years of age. The T3 Gully boy from half forward right flank. Centres the ball. Going to be short. Barrett comes across. Quickly in, however, was Williams. Can't get it out. McGuinness and Port Adelaide stack the ball up, and the umpire will come in and bounce once more.
Belton appears to be in the centre for Port Adelaide. Ebert starting at half forward. Holster's stalking him at the moment. Carey taps it over the top. Barrett gets another kick away. It's a danger kick. Sewer in front, takes a good mark. Plays on immediately, as he always does. Searching wide for Simons. Simons makes good position, but then couldn't mark the ball. Leslie did it well. Hewitt took it over the line, and there'll be a ball in. Trying to pick up moves at the moment. It would certainly appear that Belton is in the middle. Maynard, McGuinness couldn't pick it up. He pushed Cunningham in the back, and he'll take a free kick. McGuinness, the best on-ground performance last week against Central District. One of the state's top rovers.
Peter Giles seems to be on Sewer. I'm just trying to pick it up.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to pick up at the moment, Ian. The kick forward, a packed form. Harris was interfered with. Barrett pushed, but the free kick is going to go against him. Holding the ball. Well, some umpires interpret them differently, and the free kick is going to be taken by Anthony Williams for Port Adelaide. And he is normally a very good kick for goal. Kick on the way. Certainly looked good off the boot. It's gone through. The first goal for Port Adelaide. 1-1, Glenelg get the score.
The decision seemed to be a line ball one. Not a lot of opportunity to get rid of it. He didn't get a lot of chance at all. But the decision was given for holding the ball. The umpire said that he didn't try to get rid of it. And therefore, the free kick went to Anthony Williams. As Peter said, a top kick, a top goal. Port 1-1. Glenelg hasn't scored.
With Bob McLean and John Cale. Russell Johnson in ruck for Port Adelaide. Carey for Glenelg, knocked further afield by Ebert. Port Adelaide in through Harris again. Barrett searching for the ball, gets it clear to Graham Corns. Along boundary line, McGuinness stopped. In came Leslie. McGuinness saw the body. He's a lot smaller than Leslie, but the game is football, and you're supposed to commit yourself 100%.
A throw in, Carey and Harris. Started prominently. A clever little tap on a little while ago. Weston, Tony Simons, good mark under pressure. He's at centre wing, runs it to McGuinness. Almost smooth it, gets round onto the left leg, wobbles one to the half-forward line. Eckerman's back there, let his teammate go through, and that is Tony Giles. And he takes the free kick at centre-half back for a push in the back. Giles centres the ball high to the outer side. Big leap over there by Marshall. Fine mark. Just the attack side of the centre circle. Painter provides some run. Hartfield wants it out in front of him. That's where it's going. Phillips with him. Hartfield the mark. Did it well. Disposed of Phillips with that gentle tap. And he's got the ball, but too far out to score. Kicking into a very solid breeze. We found in the reserves it was most difficult to score into it. Put it up in the air. Russell Johnson getting back. 1-2 grabs. He's got the ball about 20 metres out in front. Runs it quickly over. Danny Hughes booms the ball back. A ground covering kick. Makes centre field. No one can get it there. Holst tries to get it out. Weston has an airy. Here's a chance. Williams. Cleverly. Harris. A long one in towards full forward. Evans and Coolman. Evans at the back of the pack. Running in quickly now and getting the first goal. His second goal is Anthony Williams. And he's got both goals that Port Adelaide have got. And they race to 2-1. 13 points. The Bay's yet to score.
Port Adelaide are going to lose nothing by having Ben Harris in this side. A tremendous performer in the reserves over the past few weeks. He's deserved his chance. He's won a couple of hard balls already. The ball went forward. Two Glenelg players up, as so often happens. Over the top it came, and Anthony Williams got it clear and kicked his second goal in the first 6 minutes of this game. And Ben Harris, Ian Day, has already got 3 important touches for Port Adelaide.
Yes, Peter, he's at this stage, he's proved his worth. Little strange when Granger was fit enough to play, played in reserves football. Ben Harris was chosen in front of him. Early days at the bounce. Johnson gets the benefit of the bounce. In fact, it's Belt, and he takes it away with a high kick to the half-forward line. Over there, it is Hewitt looking for it now. Cleverly, Maynard under pressure. Holst runs it straight back to Maynard, put him under pressure, but he didn't have the ball. He's a little lucky, he only dropped it. It wasn't because he didn't have any desire to have the ball, it's just that he didn't get it. McDermott, a wobbly old kick to the half-forward line, all Port Adelaide. McGuinness has got to go in against 2 taller players, Johnson, Eckerman, to the half-forward line, and it's Hofter. Wanted to give it to... Giles, by tackle, by Holst, and I wouldn't think that's going to do you any good, David Holst. Giles not happy with it. 15 metres. And the crowd getting a little bit of action here at Alberton. Peter Marker.
Well, I wouldn't have thought Giles' effort was too good either, Ian. I think they were both at fault. But Giles certainly deserved the kick in the first place. The kick forward, I think, has been marked by a Port Adelaide player. And here it is, who's drifted down from centre wing, and the ball fooled everybody. He was behind and took the mark on his chest. Port Adelaide have got a great start here. We're only 7.5, 8 minutes in. 15-metre penalty against the Glenelg player. Hewitt's the player, and Kinnear is going to be able to wish this one through. Through it goes. His first goal, and Port Adelaide have got 3. 3-1, Glenelg get the score.
Peter, I'd hate to be trying to explain the rules to those visitors, although they probably can understand the umpiring at the moment. Kick round the corner by Ebert, a high one in towards Barrett, searching for it. He can't get there. Cunningham pushed him in the back, and the free kick will go to Stephen Barrett in the back pocket. He's got his chance in place of Jim Liu, who played in the reserves and incidentally played well. Carey and Johnson. Johnson spoils him. Well done, Anthony Williams, but he gets it out in the open paddock. McDermott there. Running the ball quickly over now, Marshall. Marshall in turn, Hewitt, put him under pressure from Bradley. Bradley's doing this well. Wants support, has the pace to get clear, but the handball's not good. McGuinness under pressure, throws the ball away. Big Johnson fires one in for Port Adelaide, up towards Evans. Coolman in front, Evans, high mark. One-on-one situation, strength on strength, but Coolman got caught underneath the ball, and Evans took a fine mark as he's going backwards with the flight of it, and he's taken it only 10 metres out in front. 12 minutes into the first quarter, the big fellow gets his chance, the first one at the woodwork, and he pops it through, and Port Adelaide have got 4 on the board. The Bays still haven't scored.
The Bays could be in trouble if they don't stop Port or keep them down to a reasonable score. It came from the centre of the ground then. McGuinness was put down with a good tackle, picking up Johnson. And you could see when it left his boot that Evans was going to mark it. He was behind Coolman, judged the ball better, marked it, and goal. 4-1 Port Adelaide. Glenelg get to score.
The Bay hierarchy have problems. At the centre bounce, we're waiting for the ball to come back. The umpires, Rick Kinnear and Trevor Thomas. We saw in the reserves the frustrations of losing the ball over the backstop quite a bit, and the time delays. Back in the action now. Line ball, that one at the centre bounce. Huppatz comes out with the ball to the half-forward line in front of Belton. Hewitt doesn't appear to be able to raise a gallop over there. Duthie back in defence, quite happy to take the ball out of play.
I noticed John Huppatz not playing a man in defence, Ian, and it may have been a lesson to have been learned from watching the seconds game.
Certainly was used by both coaches in the reserves clash, Peter, but maybe Halbert has got confidence, and perhaps it's early days yet. He might be forced to eventually. McDermott can't handle it. Duthie can't either, but he's going to get a free kick for a high tackle or in the back, whatever. He's got it inside the half-back line. Duthie been a consistent performer in the back pocket for the Bays this season. Oh, a lot of pushing going on there against Ralph Stewart's got to go to Tony Giles. He was involved in a little altercation with David Holt about 5-10 minutes ago. Is he going to get the free kick? Or is it... No, it's going to Russell Johnson. I thought it would have been Giles. Johnson's high kick to the half-forward line. Belton behind, can't bring it down. Hoffner goes in, trying to pick it up. McFarlane, Huppatz over the top, wants the free kick. Finally, Williams gets it out in towards full forward. Getting back Barrett, he can't get it. In defence, Corns under pressure. Tries to get the kick away. Anthony Williams through, in trouble as well. Players stack up, Belton in there, and the umpire will come in and bounce.
Port Adelaide 4-1. Glenelg yet to score. 14 minutes into the first quarter. Peter Carey there, number 5 for Glenelg. Stephen Williams standing alongside of him. Carey best position. Gets it out towards McGuinness. He can't pick it up. Hoffner does. Oh, he's kicked it straight up in the air. I think it might go out, this one. Yes, it does. Stephen Barrett will take the relieving free kick. David Holst is stalking Russell Evett. Sewer, I think, is against Belton in the middle of the ground. Carey takes the mark, plays on immediately. McFarlane provides the run. Who can he kick to, though? No one, it would appear. Phillips way out in front of Hartfield, takes an easy mark, plays it on, gives Evans a chance. Corns in front. Oh, it beats everybody over the top. Huppatz tackled off the ground. Belton, I think he's got it. Belton was the player that followed it through, and he kicked his first off the ground. Port Adelaide 5-1, the Bays yet to score.
What a huge rebounding kick then by Greg Phillips. As Peter called it, the kick wasn't a good one, and Phillips bowled it off with it, and he went straight for home. It was a huge kick. Must have gone 65 metres. The pack completely misread it. Belton was first there, and Porter got their 5th goal on the board.
Russell Johnson, tremendous ruckman for Port Adelaide, gets the tap away again. McFarlane, or Hartfield couldn't mark it. Robertson clears, only to find Marshall though. He's out in his own. Bradley too late on the scene. Marshall sweeps the ball long, looking for Simons, but he's outnumbered. Leslie, a high ball to the centre of the ground. Peter Carey can't mark it. Ebert tries to take it off the pack, but Farland interjects, gives it to Maynard. His kick is wide. Sewer and Ebert. Sewer just about fell over. Beautifully gets rid of Ebert. Equally Robertson. What a player Sewer is. The kick towards Kernan. I think he's marked it. Gee, that was a pressure mark. 15 metres against Hughes for applying too much pressure when it didn't count. An important shot for goal, Glenelg. And I can tell you they are very hard to kick, this northern end. Kernahan on the way for Glenelg. It's coming back. I think he's got a goal. Through it goes. 1 goal, Glenelg. Kernahan got 1. Glenelg now trailing Port Adelaide 1 goal to 5-1.
An important goal for the Bays into the breeze. We found in the previous game it was very difficult to score into it, but what a superb pass then by Sewer, who sold the pup well, cleverly balanced on the half-forward line. But gee, if Kernahan hadn't marked that ball, it was all Port Adelaide, and they would have cleared easily. The kid did it well for his first goal. 5-1 Port Adelaide, 1 goal the Bays.
Russell Johnson again to do battle. Kernahan this time. Kernahan gets the better of the bounce. Johnson got it down towards Hoffner, but Sewer gets it wide to Simons. Here's a player with ability. Short around his body. He keeps it in the forward line. That's important at this stage. Glenelg have got to stop Port from scoring in.
Yes, Peter, they've got a lead now of 25 points. I would think that's sufficient as far as Glenelg is concerned. Don't want to stand them up too much. I don't know whether the breeze will get any stronger. Tapped away, however, by Carey. It found Giles. He covered 65 metres. Western searching for it. Spoiled by his own player. Hewitt in the end. Toothy back there as well. Runs into his opponent. Hewitt comes out with it. A chance for them to clear through Western. Gets one high towards centre wing. McFarlane and Hoffner. Hoffner can't bring it down. Who's going to be first to recover? Stephen Williams goes through. Can't pick the ball up. Heavy body work. And umpire Kinnear will come in and bounce the ball almost centre field. 5-1 Port Adelaide. A goal the Bays at the bounce. It was Harris who went up. Painter. Quickly now, Kernahan having a run on the ball, carries it full forward. Robinson takes the mark, undecided where to go. Should kick long with this breeze, he does. A long screw punt towards centre half forward. Thumped away by Weston, back towards McDermott. Williams through, and I think he's going to get a free kick for being retarded. And Kernahan's not happy with the decision. But it's there, and Stephen Williams has a chance. Should make the distance from 45 metres out. The breeze is pretty savage, worth 4 to 5 goals. Williams, who's put on a couple of classic tackles this afternoon already, shoots the drop punt right through the middle, his first, and Port Adelaide leads 6-1 to the Bays goal.
Williams played the ball in front of him there, and you could see him go through the pack. He got the free kick. Stephen Kernahan, as Ian Day said, not happy about it. 6-1 Port Adelaide. Glenelg 1 goal. And it's interesting to see some former umpires in the crowd here. Actually, Laurie Sweeney sitting not too far from Murray Ducker, and there are a couple of great umpiring names in.
Certainly, 2 of our best. Johnson against Kernahan. Johnson gets a big thump away, recovered from that eye injury that he copped in the interstate game, and playing well in the early moments of this game. 20 minutes into the first quarter, Port Adelaide by 31. Kernahan against Johnson again, who got a tap to it, but it was McDermott who pushed it towards Hartfield. He'll need support. He gets it now quickly from Painter towards the half-forward line. McGuinness. Corns gets bowled. McGuinness a chance now. Leslie there, over to Tony Simons. The Bays with a chance now. Simons goes for home. Can he sneak it through? He's got it. Fine goal, young man. And the Bays have got another important goal into the breeze.
Oh, it's an important one, all right. Graham Corns couldn't handle the ball. McGuinness came in and got a super handball over to Simons. When the ball left the boot from Simons, it didn't look too healthy, but it went straight, fortunately, for Glenelg. And Glenelg got a much-needed one. 2 goals against the breeze. Port Adelaide 6-1.
Carey back again. Aerial ping-pong to McGuinness. To the open spaces on the outer side. Simons is going to get there first. Martin Leslie, too good for him, however, as Simons loses his footing. Forwards the ball along the wing on the outer side. McFarlane comes in and takes the mark. Quickly runs the ball over. Maynard providing rebound. Around the corner, this is where the Bays are falling down. No one home at all on the half-forward line. Robertson can't pull it down. Painter through. Eckerman back in defence. Tackle go on by Simons. Push in the back, and the free kick will go to Eckerman, half-back flank.
Yeah, Port Adelaide's defence is extremely good. Hartfield He's got to set something up for them at centre-half forward, if he can. Otherwise, they're in a big bother, Glenelg. Again, Glenelg playing from behind. McFarlane picks up. Who can he kick to? Decides to handball it. McGuinness providing pretty a run. Gee, that's a good kick for goal, McGuinness. He ran through centre-half forward and put through his first. Glenelg 3 goals, Port Adelaide 9-1.
Well done, Stout McFarlane. He's been playing pretty well, actually. He got that ball out of the pack, but he held on to it as long as he could until he could set someone up. And finally, it was McGuinness. It was a little close because McGuinness had the Port defence bearing down upon him, but a solid kick, his first goal, and the Bays have got their 3rd on the board. They trail 3 goals to 9-1.
The centre bounce, Russell Johnson again to do battle with Peter Carey. Glenelg now going with the aid of a breeze to that southern end. Johnson gets the tap down. Marshall dives on top of the ball. He's lucky to get away with that. Pretty close to holding the ball, but there'll be a bounce down. Umpire Thomas. Carey gets under it, gets the tap away. Sewer gives him a chance. He's tackled, didn't appear to have it. Corn's got boot to ball. Painter. Eckerman out in front of that player, runs through the ball. Corns, what he tried to do then, I think he may have been aiming at Eckerman, but if he was, he missed him by a long way. Eckerman kept the ball in. Marshall kicks around his body to centre-half forward. Robertson will be too tall. Punches away Phillips. Giles and Port Adelaide will run it clear.
Rebounding again towards centre field. Not a good kick, Maynard. He's played well. Wide is McFarlane. Kick number 7 to Maynard. McFarlane's got it. Attack side of the centre circle. Goes in long. Looking for Kernahan. Right there with him is Hughes. Kernahan can't get it. Coming through Leslie. Leslie and Kernahan on the turf. And the umpire will come in and bounce 20 metres out of the Bay goal. 55 points to 10. Port Adelaide lead. Bounce down. Kernahan gets the tap away. Over in the pocket. Hook back there quickly and towards full forward. But it's all Hughes who races the ball away. Kicks towards grandstand side. Bradley, also Marshall, one-handed. Coming in now was Sewer, but it's taken off him by Giles. Short. The ball was smothered. Belton, centre field. Well balanced, but the kick is poor. Meant for Kinnear, but went out of play.
3 goals, Glenelg. Port Adelaide 9-1. Peter Carey loping over to take the ruck duel against Harris. Ben Harris for Port Adelaide. A reasonable debut here in the first quarter. Got some good touches. Carey shovels it out to Weston. Bradley played it well. Underneath that ball is McFarlane, and he's playing well for Glenelg. He's their best player at this stage. Gets it to Duthie. His kick is going straight to Phillips, and he's killing Hartfield. He plays it on. He threw the ball, and that was a good tackle from McDermott. His mistake then, Phillips, was to try and play on because he had one hand covered and he couldn't get rid of the ball. But he's killing Hartfield at centre-half back. McDermott's kick will go long. Kernahan there, but he's going to be bumped. That ball's gone over the top. I think it's gone through. Yes, that's a goal, McDermott. Eckerman couldn't touch it. 4 goals, Glenelg. The first to McDermott. Port Adelaide 9-1.
What an extraordinary goal by Chris McDermott. It was a low trajectory screw punt, and the pack completely misjudged its flight. Never got a finger to it. Eckerman got back desperately trying to touch it at the second bite, but it went through, and the Bays have got 4 without a miss.
The Bays certainly need goals. They're trailing by 5-1. Carey, Baker, Painter, in front Giles playing well. The handball's not a good one to Hoffner, and that's even worse. That's behind Robertson. He gets an awkward kick away. Giles backing up beautifully. He's given plenty of rebound today. Kick number 10, Giles. In front, Belton. The handball's wide. Ebert, Bradley. Great run, Port Adelaide. Bradley lines up the goals. Cunningham just over the top of his head. He backs up well. He's well shepherded. Short, Huppatz. Port Adelaide have got a ton of run here today. Well, Bradley is loose in front of goals. Huppatz is going to have a shot, though. There's Coach Cale. He'll want more goals this quarter, Cale. Kick number 4, Huppatz. It's a difficult shot for goal. He's given it every chance. Through it goes. Huppatz, number 1. Port Adelaide 10-1. Glenelg 4 goals.
As you said, Peter, brilliant run in it, starting from the half-back line. Giles, 10 kicks in an extraordinary performance. Started that one along the outer side there, and they ran it beautifully through Bradley. The ball went across the face of goal, and Cunningham, showing quick sixth sense, backed up about 10 metres to give Huppatz a chance.
The bounce, Carey. Neither player touched it. Painter, he's got the ball. Pretty difficult to get a kick away. Carey tries to get it out. Ebert finally left foots it to half forward. The battle's on there between Hewitt and Belton, and Belton gets a free kick. I guess someone had to get one. Belton's kick searches for Huppatz. Barrett's there, but Huppatz dived on top of the ball. Barrett went over the top of him, holding the ball.
Carey, the recipient of the free kick, I think, gives it to McFarlane. Centre half back, kicks long towards the half forward line. Phillips in front again. Hartfield playing behind. Corns sweeps out the long handball. Simons towards the open goal. Steadies. The youngster has missed. 1 point only. Bad luck. Beautifully set up by Graham Corns with that sweeping handball.
Graham Corns trying to get into the game. He hasn't yet. That's his best movement, though. He got it over to Simons. And Simons on his left foot then couldn't quite score. Hughes. A good fullback. A state fullback, in fact. Off Phillips in front of Hartfield again. Hartfield must lift. Bradley. Giles. This is where they're doing it. Port Adelaide from half back. Harris outpoints Western. And then it decides to play on to rub salt into the wound. Barrett. Good mark.
Holds his ground well. Stephen Barrett, centre half back. Kick number 8 goes to the outer side. Kinnear won't get there. Painter makes the meterage. He's alone at centre wing, gives out the pass. McGuinness on a long lead, does it well. The Bay's on the half-forward line at the moment. Now, can they get someone to mark the ball up in front of the stick? Simons is there, can't quite make it back. Martin Leslie, Simons over the top. Leslie looks for Phillips, can't find that player. Quickly Robertson in on the half-back flank now, pushes the ball back towards centre wing. Hoffner underneath the ball, and it's well taken by Kernahan, almost at centre wing. Kernahan returns the ball to the half-forward line. Hartfield once more underneath the flight. Giles, slow to get rid of it on this occasion. Marshall got the bad bounce, forwarded by Bradley, but it's David Holt. Gets the handball away. The crowd wanted to holding the ball against that player. Williams leaves it behind. Maynard with an opportunity. Players stack up and the umpire will bounce once more.
Plenty of fodder here at Alberton. Still, that's what the game's all about. Players committing themselves. 10-1 Port Adelaide, killing Glenelg at the moment, 4-1. Up high, Baker, Ebert, couldn't get the handball clear. Comes out, off the ground, Bradley, concedes ground in fact. He's back Hoffner to get there first, but Painter takes front spot off him. Hoffner pushes it clear and it goes over the line for a ball in. We're 12 minutes into the second quarter and Port Adelaide leading by 6 goals.
Port Adelaide didn't get a really quick start in that first quarter. They took time to work it out. McFarlane, McGuinness, a high one. That's going to be very close to home. Oh, what a magnificent goal. Tony McGuinness, his second. Brilliantly done from the half-forward line, and the Bays have got a much-needed one. 5-1 they trail Port Adelaide 10-1.
Glenelg's best.
To the action at all in the first half, and coach John Halbert has substituted that player with Kim McInerney. Kernahan thumps the ball away. Eckerman, David Holst goes through like a tank, but forces the ball out of play, full forward right pocket. Port led 8-1 to 2 goals at quarter time, 10-3 to 6-2 at half time, and 15-12 to 8-5 at three-quarter time. So they've been in control most of the day. Holst from Painter, high in towards McInerney, gets up there very high, but the ball just beats Simons out of play.
Had a good chance there, Simons, but got an unlucky bounce. Rouse Sewer back in the centre for Glenelg. Paul Weston on the ball. David Holst has gone to half forward. Plenty of changes. Oh, that's as quick a kick off the boot as you could see from Painter, but it's marked by Hughes. Hughes, a high ball, searching for Russell Ebert. Couldn't take the mark on the chest, and the ball goes out of bounds for a ball in. The 4-minute mark now of the last quarter. Kernahan is 4 for Glenelg. Phillips is going to come in from behind. Kernahan knocks it down, gives it to McFarlane. McInerney a chance, can't mark the ball. Robertson's handball finds Cunningham. He puts a very high ball back to centre half forward. Knocked away from Weston. Eckerman clears. McFarlane can't get to the ball. Players everywhere. Williams. Eckerman again. Finally out towards Kernahan. Further afield to Carey. He's caught. Very untidy football, and finally umpire Kinnear is going to bounce.
It's been a rugged game, Peter. Last year the Bays got out of a similar situation when they were well down at half-time. They looked to be history, but got up in an amazing second half to win, but they don't appear as though they can do it this afternoon. McGuinness, Holst in there. The ball thrown over now towards Holst if he can pick it up. Carey flanks that player, but they've conceded ground. Back to Holst. Now the Bays go forward to the half-forward line, and the ball's taken there by Marsh. David Marshall's too far out to score. McInerney on the lead. Also Painter. Good mark, Painter, and he's got it 35 metres out. On a 45-degree angle. Kick number 10. And it's an important kick for Glenelg. They must get back into the action right now. They're going to have any chance of winning this game. That's home. Home for all money. A fine kick by Painter. It's his first goal. And the Bays have got their ninth on the board.
Pretty untidy movement between Carey and Holst, but finally it got through to Marshall. He put it on to Painter, and he kicked his first. The Glenelg Rovers, McGuinness has played well, but Williams, Cunningham, Belton, Huppatz have all played well for Port Adelaide.
Johnson against Carey at the centre bounce. Johnson's tap again. Finds Cunningham in turn, but Port Adelaide forward up towards the full forward area. At the back of the pack, Evans, Coolman, the handball away as well. Huppatz back to Evans, hooks with the left leg, going in close, just wandering offline at the last moment. But what a superb attempt. Tim Evans kept down to 2 goals. One on the first and one on the second quarter. Gee, the one he kicked in the second quarter was brilliant, and that one would have equalled it.
Kicking off Coolman, plenty of distance, not as much as Hughes was getting. Johnson almost marked it then. Pushing forward was McGuinness, but only to find Ebert. Ebert playing well now, puts it in front of Evans. Can't pick the ball up, very close to the boundary line. Pirouette beautifully on 2 occasions. Kicks back towards Belton up there. Williams put his hands up and took a good mark. Now, we haven't seen him for 2 quarters, Williams. He started the game beautifully with 2 goals. We haven't seen him for a while, Anthony Williams, but this is what he can do. He can take marks and kick goals. Through it goes. Kick number 6. Goal number 3, Anthony Williams. And if it wasn't the end of the game in terms of result prior to that goal, it certainly is now.
Brilliantly done, Tim Evans. Ebert gave him the opportunity. As Peter said, Ebert starting to pull himself into the game now. Holst had done well up to this point of time, but it was Evans that he looked like Fred Astaire at his best out there on the half-forward line. A couple of little tangos around defending players, high into the square with the left leg, and Anthony Williams held ground well to take a fine mark and boot Port Adelaide's 17th goal. They're home and hose, 17-14 to 9-6, and it's been a pretty impressive performance by the Magpies, and this follows on their huge win on Wednesday night.
And Port Adelaide went on to kick 2-2 more, and Glenelg got 2-4 to win 19-16 to 11-10. A number of players got 3 goals for Port Adelaide. Anthony Williams, Evans, Tim Evans, Stephen Williams, Craig Bradley and Ray Huppatz, while Young Simons got 3 and McGuinness 2 for Glenelg. And after the match, Ian Day went into the Port Adelaide club rooms and spoke to Stephen Williams.
Stephen, the conditions were pretty difficult out there.
Yeah, it was a hard game today with the win out there, yep.
A day for the small players like yourself.
For sure,
did extremely well.
Yeah, I don't mind those days. I can have them every week.
The breeze, how much difference did it make to the play, the game?
Yeah, well, definitely the other end was definitely the scoring end with the breeze. It was worth, I reckon, about 4 or 5, and we were about 7 up at 3/4 time, so the Bay still had a show, so we really had to put in the last quarter.
The youngster, Ben Harris, how did you feel his first game went?
Yeah, competed really well, Benny. We've been having a bit of trouble there. Anthony's been doing fairly well, but up against the big guys, you know, he can't compete because he's not big enough. But Benny there today, his first game was real good. Everyone was really pleased with him.
Ray, congratulations. How are you settling in at Port Adelaide?
It's taken a while, Ian. I'm really enjoying it at the moment.
Why has it taken a while?
Well, I did no pre-season. I missed about 4 games and sort of just come back and played 1 seconds game, and then sort of fitted in the league side, and it just takes a while to settle down with different players and the style of game they play, and also to pick up a bit of fitness. And I think my age has got something to do with it too, mate.
Steve Barrett, your first full game this year. I guess coming down to Alberton, particularly against a Port Adelaide side like that, it's not the best thing in football.
No, I've played a few games here. This is the first time I've played league down here, and that wind, you've got to win the toss to win the game. I think very important to win the toss. We lost it, and probably the wind was the strongest in the first quarter than it was the whole day.
Steve, it was a disappointing performance from Glenelg today, wasn't it? Some of the things that sides have got to do, chase, commit, it wasn't there, was it?
No, it wasn't there. They had a lot more running players than we did, and they played the oval a lot better than what we did. Sure.
What about settling players down in position? Full forward's a problem, centre-half forward appears to be a problem, and Glenelg can't seem to get a settled centre spot either with Ralph Sewer.
Yeah, Ralph Sewer's played some good games this year, had a bit of a quiet one today. We've had problems at centre-half forward this year, but Greg Phillips is a good player. It's hard to beat. I think you could have thrown anybody against Greg Phillips, so and I probably couldn't do it much better than the job that either Steve Kernahan or Peter Carey did.
Glenelg, Stephen Barrett. Glenelg next week must play Sturt at Football Park. That's 4th against top, and Port Adelaide will go to Elizabeth. Of course, Central